Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking women's rights and feminism and why you should care. So if you don't know, you should know, but I'm a feminist and I'm such a huge advocate for feminism. And when I say huge advocate, I mean I do it more on a personal scale, so more one-on-one conversations with people who I care about, as opposed to, like, fighting on the internet with random people who you probably wouldn't make an impact on because they're so set in their ways. When you do it on a smaller scale, you know the person that you're doing it with, you know if it's going to be worth your time and your energy or not, and then you take it forward from there. When you do it on the internet with random people, you don't know what the person's state of mind is, you don't know anything about their experiences and why they have the view that they have, so it's a gamble, right? But anyways, enough about that, let's actually get into it. So before I start talking, I'm just going to read this quote by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. You all have heard it before, or you should have heard it before. You most likely have heard it before. We teach girls to shrink themselves, to make themselves smaller. We say to girls, you should have ambition, but not too much. You should aim to be successful, but not too successful. Otherwise, you would threaten the man. Because I am female, I am expected to aspire to marriage. I'm expected to make life choices, always keeping in mind that marriage is the most important. Now, marriage can be a source of joy and love and mutual support. But why do we teach girls to aspire to marriage and we don't teach boys the same? We raise girls to see each other as competitors, not for jobs or accomplishments, which I think can be a good thing, but for the attention of men. We teach girls that they cannot be sexual beings in the way that boys are. This is from her book, We Should All Be Feminists. And I think it's a very important quote, because it basically, in layman's terms, explains what's actually happening in the world. It's that boys and girls are brought up completely differently. Girls are brought up to please men, and men are just doing whatever men want to do. This whole thing stems from the patriarchal society that we live in, going all the way back to when women couldn't vote, and when the suffragettes started and the first waves of feminism and feminists started. It's basically that the world has been uneven for both genders. And the thing is that men and women are equal, we're just different. Yes, our bodies are, made up differently. And as a result, there are certain things that not a lot of women can do that men can do easily. And there are certain things that not a lot of men can do that women can do easily. But it doesn't mean that women should not be allowed to do those things that men do, and men should not be allowed to do those things that women do. Why? Why do you want to limit people's ability to express themselves the way that they want to express themselves? Doesn't make sense. Feminism at its core is basically saying that men and women are equal. They're just different. And because we live in a patriarchal society, women have always been at the disadvantage. Women will get discriminated against because they're women. It's like, you're trying to be a CEO. What about your family, girl? And it's like, what if I don't want to have a family? What if my husband is actually the one at home taking care of the family? Why would you just assume that as a woman who has big dreams and big aspirations that, what about your family? And that's the problem with society. It shouldn't be that way. If I tell you that, I want to be a CFO of, I don't know, a Fortune 500 company, and then your response is, no man is gonna want you because you earn more money than him, or, when you have time to have a family and things like that, then you're a little messed up if you think that way. Basically, the reason we need women's rights is because things are so uneven and unequal, and women are the ones that are disadvantaged. The reason it's called feminism and not humanism is because it speaks to the group of people who are at the disadvantage. So it's all good and well for you to tell me that you believe in, you know, equality and stuff like that, but if you then say that you are not a feminist in the same breath, then you don't actually believe in equality, because feminism is about getting us as a society into a place where we are equal, because currently things are not equal. So if you're saying you know, humanism, then you might as well be saying all lives matter. If you say that you are a feminist, you're not saying that, you know, women's rights are more important than men's rights. You're saying that actually women's rights are a little bit shit right now, and we need to draw attention to it. So this is why we have this whole movement going, because, well, we kind of need to draw attention to it so that we can get it to a point where things are more even, right? It's the same way as saying, when you say Black Lives Matter, you're not saying other lives don't matter. That's not what it means. It's just saying that Black people have been mistreated for so long that it's actually a global problem, and we need to draw attention to it so that it can be addressed and resolved, and we can get to a place of equality. And I mean real and true equality, not just the equality where we're saying that, you know, it's painted like equality, but it's really not equality. And like, we know that it's not equality because the structures in place are still benefiting white people, and structures in place are still benefiting men as opposed to women. Do you get what I mean? So yeah, that is basically all I wanted to say. I just wanted to try to explain it in a way that people will hopefully understand without like misconstruing what I'm saying or misunderstanding what I'm saying. That's basically it. So feminism is wanting equality for both sexes, because both sexes are not currently equal, and men are higher up on the food chain than women. And yeah, it's that simple. It's not saying that men's rights don't matter. It's not saying that bad things don't happen to men as a result of the patriarchal system that men have put in place. That's a whole other conversation. But yeah, we should all be feminists. I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye.